This is my 2009 Kawasaki ZX6R, and I purchased this in 2014 with about 800 miles on it. Right now it has 3,900 miles on it, so I haven't driven it a whole lot between 2014 and 2021, but anyway, it's been a good bike. I do want to point out that I tipped it over. That happened when I first got it. This was my first bike, and I didn't really understand the importance of tire pressure and temperature and all that stuff on traction. And my car wouldn't start one morning, and so I had to take the bike to work. It was colder out. It was about 40 degrees, and the tires didn't have enough air in them. And so the first corner that I went around, I tipped over. I was only going about 15 miles an hour, but it did scratch the left side of the bike, which you can see. I'm going to kind of try to show that. So it's mostly on the plastic. There's a little bit on the metal cover right there as well, but this is all cosmetic. It's nothing structural. Scratches aren't deep at all. And you'll notice that after that incident, I started using sliders. I had those mounted on the bike, and kind of see the plastic cut out there. It's cut out on both sides for a slider to go. But eventually I took those off after I felt more comfortable on the bike, and I wasn't as concerned about tipping over. But you can put them back on if you want. And then also a little more piece of damage is right here, and it's supposed to look like the left side right there. The only reason why I didn't replace this blue plastic piece is because, again, it's not structural. The windshield is very secure, and there's nothing really functional that's wrong with this, and it's really expensive. That's the honest reason. The plastics aftermarket are really expensive. I guess especially if you try to go with OEM parts, which is what I like to do. I have done some modifications to the bike. I had the sprockets changed. I believe that I went one down in the front and two up in the back, or maybe I did the reverse. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I did. Sorry. And so what that does is it makes the bike accelerate faster at the expense of top end speed. So I think, according to the chart, this bike will maybe top out at like 150 or something like that right now, whereas before it might have been higher, like 165 or something. I don't really know. I typically don't drive this bike faster than like 140, and that's on a rare occasion. But anyway, I have nice rear sets on here. I think they're Woodcraft, I believe, or I forget the brand, but I think it's a nice brand. And then I also have a quick shifter. You can see the Bazaz quick shifter. And so how that works is there's a strain gauge, which you can see right here, and it senses when you actuate the shift lever, if it stretches or if it gets compressed. And so what it does is it cuts the ignition for milliseconds between shifts, and so that allows full throttle, no clutch upshifts. And I've also reversed the shift pattern, so you'll see over here, this piece is typically facing more down, whereas it's kind of up right now. And so what that means is when you want to shift up, you press down on the shift lever, and when you want to shift down, you move it up. I could put it back. It's easy, but this is what I prefer. This is what a lot of the MotoGP and pro riders do. It's just easier to shift up, and so yeah, that's fun. Being able to hold the throttle wide open and then upshift whenever you need to without pulling on the clutch or letting off. That's really nice. Let's see, stock exhaust. Oh, there's also a speedo healer too, which is needed because of the sprocket change and the way that the speed is figured out on this bike. And so what that does is it allows you to have the correct speed showing on your dashboard. So instead of being off by maybe 10 miles per hour, it's exactly on. It's more precise than I think stock bikes come. So I calibrated that myself, and it's dead on. So anyway, the bike, shows the correct miles that are on it. That also can get screwed up when you mess with the sprockets. And but yeah, the speedo healer, that it takes care of all that. So why don't we start this bike up now, and I'll rev it just a little bit so you can hear it. So it's a very nice motorcycle. Everything on it works great. There's also lithium-ion battery too. And the reason I'm selling is because I have too many toys. I'm moving. I'm going to have less space. And I don't use all my toys, so I should have someone else, give them to someone else that uses them, or that will use them. So if you have any questions, let me know. And thank you for watching.